always an exciting time. Great to get up here and spend some time with some Kentucky people here in the Louisville area. Beautiful setting, so looking forward to a great day.
How exciting is it going through fall camp, knowing that this is the real time where you start ramping up, get everybody excited?
Yeah, I think each and every opportunity or luncheon or speaking engagement, we start shortening that window and getting ready for game week. I'll be looking forward to next Monday's press conference, so I know that's game week, and get on that the normal game week schedule. I will be looking forward to that.
How do you feel about the team 12 days out? Just some observations about some strengths and maybe some things you'd like to see better?
Yeah, I feel good about the team. I think we addressed some areas from a year ago that we needed to improve, and certainly getting Devin Leary in the transfer portal was a big get. He's been very impressive. We have some young wideouts that are growing up and getting better. I think we needed to address the offensive line. That was quite obvious, and I think we made some definite improvements in that area. And the rest of the team, we're just looking for constant improvement, looking to get better in each and every area. Defensively, we've been strong, been fairly consistent. With Brad White leading the charge there, and I feel pretty good about that unit overall. Getting Liam back as the offensive coordinator is a big get, and he's made a big difference. He brings a different energy and very creative, so we're excited to have him back.
When you started fall camp, there's a little bit of question marks at different spots in the roster. Do you feel like in fall camp you answered most of those?
Yeah, I think we're working through it. I think there's still some positions where you can play multiple players until maybe one person takes it over. But for the most part, we have things fairly ironed out.
Is there anything else I know the scrimmages are out of the way. Is there anything else you can learn over these final 2 weeks, or is it a lot of it just about how they perform in the bright lights?
I think we have a good idea. You're going to need depth anyway. Playing at noon in the opener, more than likely it'll be a very warm day. So you're going to have to play multiple players, and we're going to see that depth early, and then we'll take it from there and see who plays well.
With so many changes in the sport, the volatility of the transfer portal and all that, is it hard to get a gauge on where everybody is going into the season opener?
I think it's definitely different. I've mentioned that several times through speaking this summer, that last year was definitely felt different for me. It was the first time maybe we had that much turnover. We've always prided ourselves on developing, guys and bringing them along for the program 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years into the program. And now there's so much turnover that it is most definitely different. And you better learn and grow and adapt to it as best you can, as quickly as you can. And I felt like, I certainly need to do some things differently. I don't care to get into all the specifics on that, but from myself, I just think it's different. I think, standing in front of the team, I feel like I get a pretty good read on them for this many years, and there are some approaches that I will take differently.
Mark, you're here in Jefferson County. You got a couple of kids from this area, Cummings and Weaver, who are important players. Can you talk a little bit about them and how important this area is to Kentucky football? Yeah,
without a doubt, the whole state's important to us. Certainly, Jefferson County. JJ has been a steady guy for us for years, as you know. Looking forward to him having a really big season. He needs to make a big jump just for him personally. He's always been a good player for us, but he's added weight. He's worked really hard. He's had a great camp, and I expect him to have a really good season. With Isaiah, it's really nice because you saw him 2 years ago with Liam as the offensive coordinator, him really emerge and become a playmaker for us and a difference maker, and I'm seeing that again this year. I'm seeing him, take a big jump. We have a good tight end room, and he's a big piece of that.
The coach down the road over there, he hasn't been shy about the importance of beating Kentucky in this rivalry game. How have the dynamics changed with the new guy over there?
I'm sure it's going to change. I mean, just with Jeff and the job that he does, and the experience that he has, and the connections that he has to the state, it'll change. I mean, for us, that's down the road. you know, listen, I walked in here 11 years ago and we weren't very good, and they were. And day one, I sat here and said, absolutely, it's damn important. You know, so we're not going to shy away from that. I said it from day one when we had miles to go. And I don't think they have miles to go. He'll have a good team and do a good job. But I've said it since the first day I walked on campus that it was important. And we had a lot of gaining to do. So we both understand that. We respect each other. And for me, I got an SEC gauntlet before that. So yes, it's important, but that's a long way off for me.
Do you have much of a relationship or friendship with Jeff at all? I mean,
I like Jeff. I think I don't know if I'd call it a friendship, you know, because we just don't know each other that well. I think I have a lot of respect for him. I like him, and you know, certainly whenever we see each other anywhere through the years, we always stop and have a few minutes together and talk. So, yeah.
You touched on 11 years. What's the recipe for your success? I mean, you're in the most difficult league in all of college football, and then you've been able to take a program that was very modest means and take it where it's gone.
Yeah, I think it means a lot. There's been a lot of hard work by a lot of people for a long time, and certainly we want more, but it is definitely different. It's very challenging, and but we wouldn't have it any other way.
The season tickets being sold out, it's a lot of excitement building. It's coming up quick. What have people been saying to you just how excited everybody?
Yeah, I think, you know, just I start getting it about, you know, what's the date now? Where are we at here? I don't even know, August 21st. So people start telling me that in July, and I'm like, hold on a minute here now. And I need a moment here, you know, with the schedule the way it is now, with the transfer portal, with the way recruiting is, you know, it's a long season for us. We get very little time. And so when people start talking about kicking it off in July, I need to back them off in there. So, but as we start getting into this moment, once we get back to camp, it's all hands on deck, and it's, you know, 24/7 football. So it's getting to be that time. You know, it gets a little long. You know, camp is, you know, they extended, I want to say 4 days last year, and it makes a difference. It's a good long camp. So.
Going back to JJ, obviously he has a ton of talent on the field. Have you seen him kind of emerge as a locker room leader and doing things off the field, like coming back here for his charity events?
Yeah, what he did when he came back here and he brought the bicycles back in town, it was just great to see a lot of people there in Lexington support him and help him, you know, with that. But he's been a good leader for us, and I'd like to see him taking a whole nother step this year. But he's been a very, very solid player for us, a great person, and a great leader.